Discourse on the Eight Realizations of the Great Beings, translated by Sakya Minh Quang. As a disciple of the Buddha, one should wholeheartedly recite and contemplate the eight realizations of the great beings day and night. The first realization: all the world is impermanent, the earth is unstable and subject to decay. One's physical body, made of the four great elements, experiences suffering and is empty by nature. The five aggregates that make up a being have no inherent self. Beings and the world in which they live are in the transient process of arising and ceasing. All are unreal and empty without a master. The mind of a non-awakened one is the source of unwholesome karmas. The performance of the mind, such as speech and behavior, is a jungle of unwholesome karmas. Realizing this, the great beings meditate on such truths and gradually liberate themselves from the cycle of birth and death. The second realization: obsessive desire is suffering. Due to greed and desire, the cycle of birth and death repeatedly continues. Realizing this, the great beings have little desire and do not create unwholesome karmas. Therefore, their body and mind are free and peaceful. The third realization: the minds of non-awakened ones are insatiable. Therefore, beings unceasingly seek gain and fame. Thus, they increasingly accumulate unwholesome karmas. Realizing this, bodhisattvas behave differently. They are mindful of contentment. Therefore, though living with minimal possessions, they are at ease and abide by the way. For them, cultivating insight for awakening is their ultimate cause. The fourth realization: indolence leads to the decline of morality and spirituality. Realizing this, the great beings diligently train themselves in the Dharma to destroy mental defilements and unwholesome karmas. By doing so, they subdue the four kinds of Mara and free themselves from the prison of the five aggregates and the triple world. The fifth realization: ignorance causes beings to be involved in the cycle of birth and death. Realizing this, bodhisattvas diligently listen to the Dharma and extensively train themselves in order to develop wisdom and insight. In addition, they can also achieve eloquence to teach beings effectively and help them attain great happiness. The sixth realizations: those who have suffered poverty tend to bear resentment. They unwittingly create unwholesome karmic bonds with others. Realizing this, bodhisattvas practice generosity without discrimination on the grounds of friends or foes. They neither hate malicious people, nor bear any thought of hatred toward those who previously mistreated them. The seventh realization: the five desires are the source of faults and distress. Realizing this, though living a secular life, lay bodhisattva practitioners refrain from worldly pleasures. At heart, they frequently contemplate a monastic life with its 3 robes, alms bowls, and other dharma items. They have an aspiration to renounce the world and nobly abide by the way. Thus, their pure practices are noble and sublime, and their compassion is extended to all beings. The eighth realization: the cycle of birth and death is like a raging fire. Trapped in that fire, beings endlessly suffer afflictions and distress. Realizing this, the great beings give rise to the mind of Mahayana to save all beings. They are willing to take on immeasurable suffering for the sake of others. They help beings realize the ultimate happiness. The above-mentioned 8 realizations are the Dharma that the great beings, such as Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, realize and practice. Based on that, they diligently practice the way, cultivate compassion, and develop insight. Boarding the boat of the Dharma body, Buddhas and Bodhisattvas sail to the shore of Nirvana. Then they return to the cycle of birth and death to convey others to the other shore. They also use the 8 realizations to guide beings. Thanks to that, beings are able to realize the suffering of birth and death, let go of the 5 sensual desires, and cultivate their mind in accordance with the Buddha way. As a disciple of the Buddha, one should recite and contemplate the 8 realizations. By doing so, one eradicates countless unwholesome karmas in every single thought. In addition, one makes great progress on the Bodhi way, swiftly realizes the perfect awakening, puts an end to the cycle of birth and death, and eternally resides in the realm of the ultimate happiness.